Yes, it's working. Yay. What's up, fam? I came on here today because I wanted to share with you one of the techniques I use for understanding my emotions and processing that energy. So, we always think about emotional intelligence as being something that's up here, figure it out, understand your emotions, where they come from, what they mean, all those things. But that kind of stuff can drive you crazy. And there's, just being in the moment, we don't always have time to deeply introspect when we're feeling emotions, right? Sometimes it's just like, yo, I need to change my direction right now. Otherwise, I'm gonna make the wrong choice and have to clean it up later. So I wanted to share with you a tool that you can use in real life when the thing happens, whenever the emotional upset happens, whether you're getting pissed off, whether you're in something that's um, just emotionally upsetting. If you've been emotionally upset for a minute, like you just kind of been angry, frustrated, agitated, all those things, and not been able to move that energy along, I'm going to show you this exercise that I do that's really helped me to just connect with the energy that's happening with my body. So the first thing I want you to think about is actually when you get mad, when you get emotionally distressed, right? So any of those negative emotions that we want to go away as soon as possible. Any kind of conflicts we have, whether it's at work, at home. Next time you have an opportunity, which hopefully is not too soon, the next time you have the opportunity, I want you to actually before that opportunity, there's something you do to warm up. Um, I want you to think about what happens when your body does get into those emotional states. And one thing you can do is think about something upsetting, right? Just a bad memory, a memory that brings up emotions, and pay attention to your body. Pay attention to the way that your body reacts. Does your body contract? Does your body relax? And what's happening is you're just seeing signs of us going into fight or flight mode. You're seeing signs of your body going into distress mode. And that's a natural thing, right? We're meant to get upset and react to things. But the reason that we want to have tools where we can feel some control, some self-control over our emotional state is because a lot of times our emotional state will lead to actions that are not healthy for us, right? Not conducive to our growth, that'll mess things up. So when it comes to emotional intelligence, I always think of it as um, damage control, but also being able to create space and peace when there is all this chaos around you. It's like the eye of the storm, and you have to practice that so that you'll be able to get to that place of peace sooner. And it's always in you, right? It's not like you're going somewhere, you have to teleport somewhere. Just that sense of peace, that sense of unity is somewhere, even if we can't connect with it in the moment. So one of the things to do is definitely pay attention to the way that your body reacts, right? So that contraction. One thing you notice is that like you get tight, your jaw could get tight, get clenched, your hands get tight. It's like your body is getting ready to fight, literally. And if you're in a conflict where you know that's not where you want to go, but you're starting to feel this way, then that's when you need to pay attention to your body and just pull back on those places of tension. So a lot of times, people will say, take a deep breath. A deep breath will definitely help. But even more than that, look at the whole situation. What is your body doing? What is your body language saying? Right? Where do you want this to go? So it's not understanding how you feel, but also understanding the effect of it on your body, right? So in your arguments, you're feeling tight. Watch your body language. What do you want to communicate? Usually you don't want to communicate harmful things, hurtful things. Um, and this is a way for you to become more intelligent of your emotions, to understand them more, to make more sense of them. And so you'll understand it as a whole body thing. Like this is, my body's reacting to this. And you'll be able to say, okay, even a chest. So, when they say you puff your chest up. So imagine if you relaxed your whole shoulders, relax your chest, and just kind of stood centered, right? If you can't center your mind right away, one thing you can do is center your body. And not in all situations, but there's so many situations where we could change our body language, and it actually changes the energy of the situation because now we're allowing energy to flow. When we tense up, things stop, right? Things slow down. They kind of get compressed in pockets and areas. And that's why a lot of times we just go off. It's like a geyser. And so things like this can help you to decompress that inner pressure and allow the energy to flow, to process. Because emotional energy, think of it as energy in motion. It's moving. It's meant to transform and continue on, right? That's what energy does. But if we kind of hold those emotional memories, those energies in our bodies, then they do become part of our system. They start to intoxicate our system, right? It's like toxicity, emotional toxicity. Imagine having a lot of anger. A lot of us have had that already. You don't have to imagine it. When you get really angry, it's like it takes over you, it consumes you. You can do the worst shit that you would never ever do in those moments of anger, and think of the worst things. And then so once you calm down, you're like, oh man, like I was a monster. Right? So it's really important to our everyday life to be able to have control over our emotional reactions. And it's not the same as controlling your emotions, because I never want to say that. Don't control your emotions. Get in touch with your emotions, understand them, but be in control of emotional reactions is very important, um, because now we're allowing the um, negative energy to not only make us feel bad, but now it's also going to dictate our actions. You can't be trusting negative energy making decisions for you. It's not going to be a good turnout. So one of the second thing that I wanted to show you also was, first one was that releasing tension from your body, right? Finding that physical alignment and that physical peace when you're in those situations, minding your body. And if you start to pay attention to it, just like at every little opportunity, you have little subtle arguments. If you get into a debate, pay attention to what happens to your body, and you'll gain more connection to it, more awareness of it. And you'll start to be able to hold your cool in situations that would usually take your joy away, take your peace away, ruin your whole day. But now you're able to keep your peace because you've been able to hold space for that negative energy, those emotions, but allow them to flow and transform, right? Not hold on to them and stop them where they are, and don't allow them any space to move on. So the second part is something that I learned on a podcast on YouTube, and his name is Andrew Huberman, and he is a professor at Stanford. And this goes in line with a lot of the breathing techniques that I've shared with you guys on my content before. But this one's called the physiological sigh. Physiological sigh. And it was quite a lot of information on there, so I encourage you to go watch it. But the one single part I'm going to share with you is the part that resonated most with me and really worked for me, was 2 inhales through the nose quickly and slowly exhaling through the mouth. So when you inhale shorter than your exhales, when your inhales are shorter than your exhales, you're slowing down the heart rate, you're calming down your fight or flight response and activating the other part of your nervous system. I'm trying to keep it simple. That says relax, digest, chill, right? So we're trying to bring that fight or flight partner down and bring up the chill one. We want to chill a little bit more. And so exhaling longer, inhaling shorter does that. Opposite, if you want to, you guys ever seen the fire breath? It's a tantric technique. It's Tibetan Buddhism. They use it in many different traditions, but those are the ones that I know are the most common. Wim Hof uses breathing like that, I think. But we all know these are ancient techniques that people continue to rename. They might be finding different ways to do them, but there's just so much information and knowledge out there that we thought was before technology, with the way that we have it now. But there was so much knowledge and understanding back then that we are just now getting, but we're going to get it. So the other part that I just shared was the 2 inhales and exhale, right? So I'm using a little bit more body so you can see what I'm doing. In through the nose. And you can do that a handful of times. Sometimes it might take 3 of them. Sometimes it might take a cycle of 10. And it's something also that could make you sleepy, rest. So if you have a racing heartbeat, or you just have anxiety, use this. Please use it. You don't need to do anything like prepare for it, go somewhere, use it in real time. And these are things that I feel like should be everyday knowledge. We should all have tools, breathing tools, to be able to connect with our nervous system, connect with our fight or flight response. So those two things, all right? And those are the two things that you can work on is whenever you are just practicing this, imagining a situation where you are distressed, you are upset, and notice what your body does. And in those real situations where you are getting upset, where you are nervous even, right? Those things that make you tense up, relaxing it and learning to connect your body with those emotions you feel, connecting it with a body sense. Like, not only do I feel this way inside my body, but what is my physical interpretation of that? What is that saying? And so it is emotional intelligence, right? You see how that works. And then the other part was the breath. Okay. So those two things, if you guys thought this was useful, definitely share it, like it, and let me know some other things, other self-care techniques that you're looking for, okay, that you need, because there's so many. I'm going to be sharing another one I do with my eyes that I've been doing for years, since I was like in high school, I think. But just sharing more ways that we can live more empowered life, right? And I feel like in order to be empowered, you have to know your body. You have to know how it works. Okay, you got to know what to do when it starts to uh, get out of alignment. So you are your first physician and your best physician, and from that, you can get a second opinion from anybody else. All right, leave with love. Remember to subscribe and like and share and take care of yourself. There's no excuses. It's your job. It's your job.